Flosstube, good morning. It is Helen D. Today's actually Monday, May 6th. I normally film on Tuesday, but I just had more time today. So filming a little early. It's really dark. It was supposed to be sunny today. So far, no go. So we'll see what the day brings. I hope you guys are doing well. Where did April go? I can't believe we're already in May. It's zipping right by. As the years tend to do, it's zipping right by. So a big thank you to everyone who commented on my last video. I had such sweet comments. Thank you guys. You guys always leave such sweet comments. It's nice. Things around here have been busy. busy. I was pulling stuff and I'm like, you know, I worked on some things. I didn't get a ton of progress really on anything because it's just been busy. We have been tennis with a side of tennis. It's a really short season. It kind of gets started late because of the weather, and then we had a lot of rain. We're getting more rain this week, so it's just been trying to squeeze things in, reschedule games, practices, like tennis. It's going well. It's just a lot. And volunteering at the concession stand. So I think all my shifts are done. Last Friday, the team had an away game, and it was a little further away than I would normally drive to. Peppy's meowing today. So I did 2 shifts in the concession stand, and it was a Friday night track meet. We were hopping the entire time. Went by real quick, but we were busy. So I got those done. The bee farm SAL, I have seen so many posts. Thank you guys for tagging me. I know we asked you to tag myself, East Coast Crafter on Instagram, Erin Elizabeth, who designed the chart, and Carla of Cobweb Corner, who is the one that's been selling the chart, so that we could see your progress because hashtags. You guys killed it. So many people have started it. A bunch of people have finished it. A bunch of people have fully finished it. They all look great. There's different fabrics, different flosses, different finishes. Everyone's making it their own, and it's really great. I did finish mine, so I'll show you that. It was fun. It was a fun stitch. I didn't know if I'd finish it, but I finished it over the weekend. What else? My parents are home. They came home from Florida last week. They had to push it back a week. Originally, they were getting in. I had to pick them up in Bangor at like 9 a.m. And I'm like, oh. Crafty Grimalkin won't be open yet. The Crafty Grimalkin is the new brick and mortar cross-stitch shop that opened in Bangor in January. Then they had to bump their flight a week, and they were coming in at 2:40 in the afternoon, and I was like, yes. So last Thursday, I left my house at 9:30, and I shopped my way up to Bangor. I stopped in Augusta, I stopped in Waterville, I stopped in Bangor, we went to the airport. Then after that, I drove them down to where they store their car for the winter and drove right by my friend Penny Street. So I called her up and I'm like, I didn't know I'd be over here, but I am. I'm coming over. So I stopped in and visited her. Penny is the owner of thedailystitcher.com. She gave me some things to finish for her, so I have those to show you. And then came home. I left at 9:30. I think I got back at like 7:30, 8 o'clock. It was a day. It was a day. So the only sad news is my husband is gone right now. His grandmother passed away. She turned 100 in November. I know I've mentioned her on this channel before because she lives in West Virginia, and we usually try and go down there in the summer to visit. She got sick this past week. She'd been in and out of the hospital, right? When you get to reach 100, that's what happens, and she did pass away. So he is in West Virginia at the funeral. We couldn't go because of school. We would have missed, my son would have missed like most of the week. So we stayed home, but he's there and he'll be back tomorrow, Tuesday. Yeah, so it is what it is. It was really sad. She was just such an amazing woman, and I'm just so fortunate that not only did I get her in my life for 16 years, but my son got to have his great-grandmother in his life for 14 years. Like, that's pretty incredible. So we've had all the memories going around the last week. Now we will move on to stitching. So I do have 3 fully finished things that I just did this weekend. Saturday, my son got some homework done and then he was gaming and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sit over here and get some things done because one of these is a gift and I realized it's a gift I need like soon and it's May. So I better get it done. So the first 2 are things, like I said, that I picked up from Penny. Penny puts together Stitch Maine, the stitch, it's a one-day retreat that we do in the summer. And she'd been working on some things to have for models because she vends. So she sets up some models and she had a couple things that she asked me if I could finish. And I said, yep, so I picked them up. So I have 1 more to do, 2 are done. So the first one, I'm like, Penny, can I show them? Because this is kind of what I got done. And if I want to have something to show, it's going to be yours. So this is the 2023 Collector's Heart from Heart and Hand. So these are sold as like a mini kit, a half kit. So it's usually the chart and something else. I don't know if this one was the chart and the fabric and the floss or just the chart and the floss and the button. They're sold as like partial kits. So this little frame she got on Amazon and it is like the absolute perfect size. I pinned it, threw it in the frame, added one of these frames to my Amazon cart for the next time I order. I'll put the link below because she sent me the link. They come in different colors. I believe, you hear Peppy out there? Emmy is dead to the world asleep and Pepper's out there causing trouble. I think it's a 6x6, but you know, with the overlap, it's like 5.5 by 5.5. So that is number 1, and that is Penny's. The second one is mine, but it's my gift and it's not staying here. This is Baking Tier from Erin Elizabeth. This was one of Erin's, sorry, that light. This was one of Erin's market releases, and I finished it as a stand-up. Sorry, the light's best over here. On the light taupe Lugana. This is the one that I bought, that light taupe Lugana, because it's her called for, and the white really, when the light's not on it, the light really does show up well. I had this fun fabric that matched all the colors. Now, this is on a 28 count. I do have on my website, which is always linked below, and it's eastcoastcrafter.com. I have the template for if you wanted to do the tier, and it would work for a 14 or a 28 count. Honestly, it would probably work for a 16 or a 32 as well. It would just be a little more extra space. So this one is done. And then the last one is also a stand-up, and it's a big one. This is Baking Lovers Santa from Frony Ritter. This was also a market release, and I'm going to show you the other one for comparison. I mean, this is the size of my face. She wanted this finished as a stand-up. It's stitched on, it looked to me like a 20 count. Actually, it looked like that 20 count Lugana that I bought that I hated. So it's nice and big as a stand-up. So here's my normal size one. Like, there's a lot of stuffing in here. Penny asked, she said she had like some of those upholstery weights that some people use if I needed them, and I'm like, no, I don't bother. There's so much stuffing in here, that's not going anywhere. It's not gonna tip over. So this one is done. I just had a red polka dot. One thing I do want to say, and I know I updated the description box on my stand-up tutorial, is what I've found lately, and I think on the ones on the tutorial I was making a circle for the base. I've been making an oval because I feel like that holds the shape better, right? It's not like squished in because it's a smaller bottom. It matches the top. So I've been using an oval on the bottom to kind of hold the shape a little better on my stand-ups. So those are done. That's all my fully finishes. None of them are staying in my house. For finishes, I have two. So the first one is the Farm SAL. So this was the exclusive with Erin Elizabeth that we were doing the stitch along with Cobweb Corner. May 7th, which is today, the day this is posted, is the last day that Carla will have the PDFs of this chart available. She can still do paper copies, but Erin will then be releasing this on her own for the PDF. And I'm not sure when that will be. I would assume soon. But if you wanted to stitch it up, today's your last day to grab that PDF from Cobweb Corner. So this is on the light taupe Lugana, 28 count. I used all the called for everythings. This was really fun to stitch. And it was really fun to see, like I said, all the different combinations and ways that people did it. Everyone's is a little different. I like seeing all the colors. Like some people made pink flowers and added sparkle to the wings. It's stitched up quick. I am going to use the Bee Hut board from Paisleys and Polka Dots. That's still available from Paisleys and Polka Dots at any time. That wasn't like a limited, that's just there. I haven't painted it. I've seen other people paint theirs. Haven't gotten to it. So that's on the list. Hopefully by the time I do my next regular update, I'll have had a chance to do that. I'm not really a painter, so we'll see how this goes. I mean, it looks easy enough to do. I just don't have the patience for it. And I have like 4 things I need to paint. So I really just need to buckle down, pull them out, pull out the paints, and get it done. So there it is. So thank you to everyone who took part. I hope you had a good time stitching it. I know a lot of people are still working on it. There's no deadline. Like I said, I didn't honestly think I'd have mine done for this. But then I worked on it over the weekend and I did have a chance to finish it up. So that one is done. The other one that I finished, I think was practically done last time. And that is Berry Jam. This is from October House Fiber Arts. This will be being released at the beginning of July, if you're looking for it. Summer Jam. So mine is done. It was just, it's wrinkly. It was just a little scrap of fabric. It's like a pinky peachy neutral. It might be I think it's the other half of whatever I use for Jen Hicks Tranquility. Chablis by Picture This Plus. I might be completely wrong on that, but I used the called fors. Oh, you know what? Did I finish this last time? I think I had this done. You might have already seen it because I remember saying that I was watching a movie and I grabbed the wrong color red. So that might have been a repeat. It's still finished. It's still not fully finished. It's living in its bag. So that one, that will just be a pillow. Yeah, I think I did have that one. I think I finished it right before my video. So whips, I have 4 things. I've just kind of been bebopping around to different things. Mostly focusing on Bee Farm, but I wanted to get a couple other things done. Oh, good. Sometimes the chart for this is not in here because when Emmy lays on my bag, I don't want her to squish it. By the way, in case you were wondering, this bag now has more hair on it than it did the last video because no, I haven't lint rolled it off yet. So this is 324 from Works by ABC. This is also a SAL, hashtag 324 SAL, I believe. Some people are doing like 1 a day, a few a week, like a set number to try and get it done by a certain time, but I'm just picking it up when I feel like it and just trying to keep it moving forward. This one's easy because you can pick it up and do 1 motif, 2 motifs, and feel like you've put some in it, but there's no pressure. You don't have to worry about forgetting where you were. Like, it's pretty easy. So I started in the lower left, and that's where I'm at. So last video, you know how sometimes you just do something and you don't think anything of it? That's just how you do it. I had a few people ask, how do you work from the bottom up? And it never occurred to me that that's something other people don't do. I'm sure it is. I just start at the bottom and work my way up. And I think probably what they were getting at is if you do, like, I go bottom left, top right, bottom right, top left. If you do that, you end in your top left and then you can't start right in there. I just go then up and do that one stitch the opposite way and keep going. My backs are not, they're all over the place. I mean, this one is hard to tell because the motifs are so small, but I just keep going. I don't worry too much about the backs. I mean, I try not to like carry on my white fabric where you can see, but if everything's not perfect, no one's gonna know. So that one I did some work on. The other one that once I finished Bee Farm, I picked this one up kind of in earnest because I'd like to get it done, is Blue Jay Summer from Robin Pickens. So that's Blue Jays Summer. Hold on, I gotta take this. I had to move it. I needed a smaller Q-snap. The big one was hurting my hand. So that's where I am on that. I'm leaving the bird for last. So this weekend this week, I worked down here. There's some geometrics along the bottom, one more flower, and then the bird. So it's moving right along. I will do that tutorial when I'm ready to fully finish this, because I'm going to do it just like hers. Although I'll add a layer of cording around mine, just because I like it. So this one is on, I believe it's platinum, 28 count platinum Lugano. So that's my next one that I'd like to get done. So the last two I have, each month I try and pick one of my larger whips and get some progress on it. They're generally not going to get finished, but if I can get a little progress so they're moving forward, and then we'll get done eventually. So the one that I had been working on for April was Witch's Hallow from Autumn Lane Stitchery. This is not available yet. This will come out this fall. It was in one of their boxes, and it will come out this fall. So I had this gate done, and I was working up here. I was trying to get as much of that house done as possible. I didn't get it all done because April zipped by and I don't know where it went. So this one I'm stitching on a 14 count Aida Pumpkin King from Autumn Lane. So, not from Autumn Lane, Atomic Ranch. So there's where I got. So I have that gate, and then I worked in this house. I got quite a bit done. I've had a couple people, because they want to stitch this one that comes out and they want to be ready. So I had a couple people ask about the size. It is 140 by 196. So you can do the math for whatever count of fabric you'd be interested in. The suggested fabric is Pumpkin Patch by Be Stitch Me, but when I was at the Stitch New England retreat, Atomic Ranch had a trunk show, and they had this, and it was perfect. So this is Pumpkin King, and someone asked, you know, they want to order fabric, what should they get? For me, because I was doing it on a 14 count, I got a fat quarter, and then I just trimmed a little off. My friend Cheryl would probably buy a yard and then leave it on there, right, Cheryl, till you were done. I always tease her. So that's the one that I'm worked on in April. So for May, I was going to pull out Snow Queen because it's a Mirabilia and a lot of people do Mira May. But given my schedule and what that looked like, I thought, might not have the brain power for that one. There's a little more counting and keeping your place. So I thought maybe that wouldn't be in my best interest. So instead I pulled out, and this is the one I don't have the picture for. This is called Tree of Magic. It's from Barbara Anna, but it was exclusive through Nitka Moscow. I've had it for a long time. I don't know if it's still available. I have a picture and I moved it to the top so it's easier for me to find for you. So this is it. The full thing. I had 2 of the sections done, so I thought I'll just move over and I'm doing this section right here. So the 2 sections that are done are kind of buried, and then I did my line and the mushrooms, which are adorable, and that's a key. That's like the teeth of a key. So this one, I would like to get that little section. Like if I can get that little section done, that would be great. And then this is the one when I did that kind of audit of my whips. I'm gonna work up and finish it and then decide if I wanna leave off the bottom or go in and stitch it. So again, this won't get done this month by any stretch of the imagination, but if I can get just a little done, fuzz all over me, then it's moving forward. That's what I've been stitching. We're usually done, right? Tennis is done, dinner is done, we're picked up by like 8:30. So I can get a couple hours of stitching in at night. That's about all I'm getting in. I'm not getting any like tennis stitching in because I can't, I'm watching the games. It's not a practice, like I'm actually watching. Okay, there were some purchases. I went to an LNS, there were some purchases, but I did pretty good. So I went to Crafty Grimalkin, and the only thing I needed was this pack of beads. So, check. I didn't forget the pack of beads. While I was there, I picked up 3 things, which I thought was pretty good. But I'd also just been to market and just been to a retreat. Like, I didn't need anything. I didn't need anything, but I bought 3 things. So this is Witch's Cauldron. It's one of the brand new Mill Hills. They put out usually a set of like spring, summer, and then fall, Halloween, and then Christmas. So this is in the fall Halloween. So that is Autumn Harvest. Comes with all the stuff. And I've been keeping my beads in there so I don't lose them. So let me put those back in. I also picked up Hobbit House from Cottage Garden Samplings. I love this. Although I think those pigs need to be pink. They might be pink and just didn't photograph pink, but mine will be pink. Did you guys see the Cottage Garden? I know I had mentioned before, they had this peacock that I love and I couldn't wait for it to come out. It's coming out. So it's a little delayed. The designer has been sick and dealing with some illness, so it's just a little delayed, but it's on its way. It will be out. I can't get to it yet anyway. The other thing that I got, and I don't know how well it will show in the light, is I got a piece of Lugana. It's Medusa's Gaze by Lapin Loops, who I had never tried their Lugana. Last year at market, they had linen, and then this year they had some Lugana, and it was like gone. But Reese at Crafty Grimalkin still had a piece. So that's like a spooky gray purple. It'll be perfect for Halloween. And not as bright as some of my other Halloween purples. So that was Medusa's Gaze. So that's what I got there. The other thing, what's getting fuzz all over me? The other thing that I picked up is from Pigeon Coop Designs. Max is the designer. He has that book that's coming out at the end of July that I've pre-ordered, and I cannot wait. I've already told myself I will have an August start from that book. So when it comes out, there's 25 charts in it. I can go through and pick out whichever one I want, and that will be my August new start. So I'm already looking forward to that. Then he just put out a series of charts. I think he's calling them eco regions. And it was 4 charts. He has them in a book, like not a book, but like a nice chart with all 4 in them. Or you can get them in the PDFs. So this is the Northeastern Coastal Zone Ecoregion. And there's 4 charts. So I decided really I only needed 2. I probably won't do the bird or the small one, but I love the whale and I love the coastline. So I got those and they're all printed out. So here's the whale, the humpback whale. All DMC. And then here's the big one, Atlantic Shores. So this is my coastline. It's full coverage, it's 3/4. This is the cloth, like the clouds and the birds, but the rest of that is, you get a break when you get up there. It will fit on a 14 count or a 28 count, it'll fit in an 8x10 frame, which I completely appreciate that that's how he designed it. So that then you're done, you pop it in your frame, good to go. I may have already pulled aside DMC for this and have fabric ready to go. There are in Atlantic Shores, I don't think in the humpback, but there are some 3/4 stitches. I was hoping to do it on Ada, but with the 3/4 stitches, I'm gonna do it on a Lagana. In and around these, all the waves, to give them that kind of curve, are some 3/4 stitches. So, just a heads up, if that's one that catches your eye, like it did mine. So that's what I purchased. I've had 2 gifts come in. Where did I put them? Okay. Mary made me this adorable little ornament. There's a button attached to it. So, peas on earth. It's so cute, and it's finished as a little tag, also with the fuzz. I don't know what's getting, I bet it's that Lugana. She uses beads for a hanger and a little bell, which kind of looks like a little pea. So that was super cute. I love her finish. And then Betsy sent me this package, and I'm like, that feels really weird. She sent me a bag of pencils. She's heard me say in the past that when you live with a kid, you can never find a pencil. You think you have some and then they're gone. And then where'd my pencil go? She sent me pencils and they say, stitching with Helen D. So now, if he thinks he's gonna steal my pencil, I'll know. So that was great. So I already have a couple of those sharpened up upstairs where I can use them. So thank you both very much. That was very sweet. You never know what you're gonna get when you go to your mailbox and there's a whole package of pencils out there. That's it. So giveaways, we had 3 last calls. Sorry, I couldn't pick up my paper. Michelle Paquette Savary was the second winner of one of the beehive huts from Paisleys and Polka Dots. So my email is always listed below right on top. Shoot me an email, let me know what you won, and that way we can get that going. Cindy Gaudet won Honey Fair, and KC Koehler won Strawberry Fair. And I haven't heard from any of those, so this is last call on those. So for last video, we had a $10 gift card to Cobweb Corner, and that is going to Catherine Laurent. And then the second one was this button from Ink Circles. And this is Kathy Burch, B-U-R-C-H. So shoot me an email. Like I said, it's down below. Let me know what you've won. We'll get that started. So this week video, I have 2 more giveaways. The giveaways are always donated from Carla at Cobweb Corner, who's so generous in doing giveaways for my channel. She's been doing it a long time. So I went through and I picked out some things for a few videos. And one of the ones that I picked out this time is something that I'm going to be starting later this month that I thought someone else might want to. And the other one is a newer designer that Carla has just started carrying. So the first one, sorry, you never know what you're going to see at my house. And now there's people on scooters, but you know, it's school time. So I don't know who those people are. I don't know. All right, sorry, I got distracted. Number one is the one I'm going to be starting. It's Counting Puddles Watermelon Crawl. Counting Puddles is a fairly new designer too that Carla has started carrying. So this one, Counting Puddles. You can't really tell from the picture, but there's some white clouds up here. Oh, look at the detail in that watermelon. I can't wait. And those ants, I love it. So this is number one. Just put the numerical number 1 in your comment. This is 109 by 138. In a really nice light color chart. So number 1. I'm starting this at the end of the month, mid-month. I'm starting it with my friend Kat. I think like the 20-something. Kat, you'll have to let me know. And then number 2 is a newer designer. It's Bad Stitch, and I believe the bad stands for their initials. I believe Carla said that, but I don't remember, so I may be wrong. Bad Stitch, it's called Strawberry Season. Look how cute he is. I mean, if he was eating your strawberries, you wouldn't think he was very cute, but it's 68 by 84. So it's a little small. And this is another that it's like full color chart, you know, nice and big, easy to see. So number 1, number 2. The traditional giveaway rules, just that you need to be over 18 so you can legally give me your address. I'd appreciate it if you're a subscriber here on my channel. Carla would appreciate it if you're a subscriber on her channel. I always link her below. Please don't say win or giveaway or those troll promoting words, and use the numerical number in your comments so that I can use the comment picker. That's it. That's the end of the line. The next 2 weeks are still super tennis heavy. super extra bonus tennis heavy, because we have the regular stuff during the week, and then they have qualifiers for the states, I think. And then if you get through the first round on one Saturday, you move on to the second round, which is the next Saturday. So it's gonna be busy. We'll see if I can get that stuff painted. Because during the day, sometimes then I have an appointment, I have my bonus eye appointment this week, and right, it's just getting to be the busy end of the school year. We're done in mid-June. I know some people wrap up around Memorial Day, but we haven't until mid-June, so. That's it. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I always appreciate all of your comments and your likes, and it's just so fun to kind of go through and see what catches people's attention. Yeah, if there's any questions, let me know below, and if not, I should see you back here in a couple weeks. Bye.